Hello, welcome to Thread Therapy. We are going to learn the half double crochet today. And I wanted to do it after the double crochet because this is a little weird kind of stitch. It's not my favorite. It has its uses. So we're going to learn that right now. So I have 12 chains. And remember what we learned in the past, where there's your chain, here's the front loop of the chain, here's the back loop of the chain. So it has two sides there. See the little V's? Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do, you know what, I'm gonna make that 11. You'll see why here in a minute. We're going to stitch into the third loop from the hook. So you're going to yarn over like you're going to do a double crochet, go into the front loop of the third chain, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. This is where it's weird. Remember, on the double crochet you go through 2 loops at a time, and that's pretty standard. On this stitch you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So that's what we're going to do right here. And it looks like a single crochet with an extra hat on, basically. So let's look at that one more time. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop in the next chain, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so let's work across this chain so you can see what that looks like. Like I've said in the past, don't worry about your speed. Speed will come with time and practice, just like anything else. You want to make your stitches as accurate as possible because it's going to save on yarn and tangles. I'm getting hung up on extra yarn strands because I've used this yarn too often. I need to cut off a length of it and start farther up. I just love this chunky yarn for instructional videos because you can see it. Alright, this last chain's always a bit tight to try to get a stitch through. Alright, there we go. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we ended with 10. And you always want to count to make sure you're not getting additional stitches on there, otherwise your work will grow. Alright, so now we need to get to the second row. How do we do that? Well, remember, we do a turning chain. In the half double crochet, some folks like to do 1 chain tall. I like to do 2. I always like to give that extra space because turning chains can be difficult to work with on rows farther up. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, 2. And we're going to turn our work this way, like you're turning the page in a book, because that will orient your turning chain to be able to work into it easier on the next row. So with this, the turning chain is going to count as a stitch. That's the way I always like to do it. Your pattern will tell you if it's going to count as a stitch or not. Different from the double crochet, we're going to go into this first little hole right here. See how it makes little holes along through there? It looks like a chain stitch on top, and that's literally what it is. And you're going to work through both thicknesses of that chain. You just stick it through those little holes right there. Okay, so we're going to do our next half double crochet in this first hole. So we're going to yarn over, go into double thickness of that first loop, yarn over, pull that up, yarn over and pull that through all 3 loops on the hook. Stitch accomplished. Okay, and you just continue that all the way across. I have a wonderful pattern for Christmas stockings using this half double crochet and a gorgeous, gorgeous lace. Now, there is a copyright issue with patterns, so it's going to be very difficult for me to be able to show printed patterns unless I have permission from the author or unless it's open source. So it's going to be very difficult to do a pattern unless it's something I've written, which I don't care. If I've written it, y'all can do it. And I've got a few of those. I got a great one with a scarf that we'll do at a different time. All right, let's count. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're good. Now you're going to chain 2 because we're at the end of the row. You're going to turn it like a book page and keep going. And that's the half double crochet.